Alright, we're building an oversized Adirondack chair for all you big boys out there. Husky boys? Boys still have husky sizing? I have 2 girls, I don't know. Anyway, it's 2 inches wider than normal with beefier arms. You can go wider and beefier if you want. So first we're going to start cutting this thing down to size. I'm using dimensional 2x4s, 2x6s for one piece. Then 1x8s or 1x10s for the seat and back. Can't remember. Built this thing a while ago, but it's in the plans. There's a link in the description below. The angles are pretty standard for Adirondack chairs, but it's definitely in the plans, so check those out. You can skip the planing and edge trimming steps if you don't care about rounded edges on all your boards, but I wanted the edges to be a bit sharper, although you'll need to rip down the 2x6 to something smaller to match the dimensions. Next up is drilling lots of pocket holes. All the butt joints on the frame are going to be connected with pocket holes. I've since upgraded my pocket hole jig, so this would be a lot quicker if I were building it today. Check out the link below for which Craig jig I'd recommend using, and I think I can link a video or a short or something. If I can, it'll pop up in the corner. The key to this project is sanding before assembly. There are far too many obscure corners to sand after assembly, so do it now. Same goes for painting and finish. Trying to contort your hand to get into all those tricky spots is not worth the headache. I wasn't sure where I was going to put this, so I used 2 coats of paint and 2 coats of finish. This should hold up in the sun for a good number of years, even longer if it's under a porch. Assembly was a little bit tricky, and don't forget to use outdoor pocket hole screws. You'll notice I have a lot of the pieces propped up or raised up using scrap wood. I'm also clamping everything. Don't just try to hold it there and hope it doesn't move. Clamping takes extra time, but the risk is not worth the reward. This was by far the most difficult piece to attach, but only because I made it this way. For whatever reason, I was determined to film it, and this was the only way I could get it to work while still filming. I probably could have just gone around to the other side and screwed it in, but why should I make things easy on myself? Alright, here I'm marking out where on the seat and back I'm going to pre-drill holes for screws. You always pre-drill, right? It's not optional since it's already painted. I don't want any splintering. I also don't want uneven screws, hence the attention to detail, which is rare for me. Since all the boards are the same size, I'm only going to mark one board. I'll drill out that board, then place it on top of the rest of the boards, transfer the holes, then go back and finish drilling them all the way through. We're going to countersink all the holes, then go back and apply some finish to the exposed wood. You could paint the countersinks if you want, but I didn't want to wait for paint and finish to dry again. Alright, here's what it looks like so far. As you can see, I've got the first seat board clamped up and ready to go. I'm using stainless steel screws to attach the seats and backboards. These should last indefinitely, even if it's outside. They'll also look better than coated deck screws or any other kind of outdoor screws. I had to move this outside because I didn't think it would fit through the basement door and up the steps after it was fully assembled. I think it was like 100 degrees that day, and my camera overheated and shut off. There was sweat dripping everywhere. The only exception to the stainless steel screws is the screws where I'm attaching the arms to the back supports. Those are just outdoor pocket hole screws. They're blue, so they're close enough to gray so you don't notice them. Oh, and I use the spacer between the seat and backboards when I attach them together. Alright, there it is. It's actually pretty comfortable, but they're kind of a pain to build. The effort is worth it though, and it'll go faster if you're building 4 of them. Alright, that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe and click my Amazon affiliate links in the description. I'd like to retire by the time I'm 50. Then I can bring you even more regurgitated content with slight but effective modifications.